In the aftermath of a devastating global catastrophe, the world lay in ruins. The air was thick with dust and ash, and the few remaining survivors struggled to eke out a living in the barren wasteland that remained. Among them was a young girl named Sarah. She had lost everything in the disaster: her family, her home, and her way of life. But she refused to give up hope. With nothing but her wits and her courage, she set out into the wasteland to find a new home. The wasteland was a dangerous place, filled with radiation and marauding gangs of survivors. But she soon learned to adapt, scavenging for food and supplies, and learning to defend herself against any who threatened her. As she traveled, Sarah met other survivors, people who had also lost everything but were determined to keep going. They banded together, forming a community in the midst of the wasteland. They built shelters and worked together to protect themselves from the dangers that lurked outside. As the years passed, the community grew and prospered. They began to dream of rebuilding the world, of creating a new civilization that was stronger and better than the one that had fallen. Sarah, now a young woman, was at the forefront of this movement. She was a leader, a visionary, and an inspiration to all who knew her. In the end, Sarah's community succeeded. They rebuilt the world, brick by brick, and created a society that was just and fair. And Sarah, who had once been a lonely orphan wandering the wasteland, was now the leader of a new world, a world that had been forged in the ashes of the old, but was brighter and more hopeful than anyone could have imagined.